women, can you everybody smokes, men smoke, women smoke, kids smoke. There's really solidarity in China. You don't know somebody just that taking pictures, touching the person's hair. Is this your real hair or fake hair? What's your business? Chinese are very punctual, very punctual. Hola, karibu. If it's your first time here, my name is Agus. Welcome to my channel and kindly join the family by subscribing. So as you can see from the title of the video, I'm going to be talking about my experience as a Cameroonian in China, cultural wise. So I've been in China for 3 years now, and when I just came, there were many things I was really shocked when I saw them. There were many things, and there are so many things in the Chinese culture or in the Chinese norm which I'm still not used to, because in my country is something very different. So in today's video, I'll be telling you things which are different from my Cameroonian culture, Cameroonian society. Okay, let's begin. So before we get into all the differences and the examples I'm going to cite here today, we are going to define cultural shock. So if you just type on Google cultural shock is simply an experience someone may have when one moves to a cultural environment different from one's own. So I moved from Cameroon to China, and these two countries have different cultures. So before anything, it's culture, guys. It's culture. So I always say this: culture, there's nothing wrong in culture and there's nothing right in culture, because in everybody's eyes, like, you feel your culture is better or something. So I'm not here to mock my culture, I'm not here to mock China's culture. No, I'm just simply stating. Okay, so don't come for me and tell me that I'm trying to bring someone's culture down. Okay, so I don't want those comments. Thank you. The first thing I was shocked about when I came to China, I remember that day I was at the airport. It was the way the ladies were dressed. So I saw many ladies with bomb shorts. Is it bomb pants, bomb shorts? So the thing is that the reason I was shocked is because many ladies of like different ages were wearing bomb pants, and in my country that's very different, because in my country, if you're wearing bomb pants, it's maybe you are at home just going somewhere casual, going to the club, going to places like that, and it's mostly young girls, like young girls, I don't know, 12 till like 20 something. But in China, I bet you even women of 40 wear bomb pants, and that would be very strange in Cameroon if a woman of 40 wears something like that. So that was one thing. Next, smoking cigarette in Cameroon. Smoking cigarette is like a taboo. Like, if you smoke, people would automatically think you're a criminal or something, like good for nothing criminal, something related to that. But in China, smoking is so normal. Like, everybody smokes, men smoke, women smoke, kids smoke. Like, it's just so normal to smoke in China, and there's totally nothing wrong with that in China. If you do that in Cameroon, what if you're a kid or if you're a lady? The way society will look at you is from your smoking, they will just, you know, judge you, like, and they'll just conclude on your life and everything. So that's another difference. That's something I was really shocked about, and I'm still shocked, because like, oh, like everywhere the smoke, and it it's really, it's unable to bear, because when someone smokes, you inhale the thing, the second hand smoke, as they say in Chinese, yeah. So you don't feel comfortable, and plus people who smoke, they have the smell on them, and it's so uncomfortable sitting around people who smoke. So that's another thing. The next one, we have the spitting issue. In China, it's really normal for you to see people on the road spitting like and in Cameroon you would not do that. Number one, because it's disrespectful, like to just be spitting when people are beside you is really disrespectful. I remember my grandmama, my mom, they always say like you don't spit in front of people or around people. If you want to spit, you should go like somewhere far away to spit, because if you're walking on the road and you spit and there is someone passing by you, especially an elderly person, first of all, one, that is disrespectful, and two, the person would think you're spitting because they think you're thinking this thing, you get, like they have like body odor or something, and they will not take it lightly. And what if that person is involved in anything dark, like the person is involved in witchcraft and something like that? You never know, and you'd be in trouble spiritually. Yeah, something would happen to you. So that's why in Cameroon you don't spit in front of people, you don't. So that's something, yeah, that's something I was really shocked about, and I am still. Next thing is left hand, like taking or giving something with your left hand. In Cameroon, in China, is no matter the age, no matter the person, like you can just take something with your left hand, be it someone your age, someone younger than you, or an elderly person giving you something, or you giving something to that person, you can take it with your left hand. To me that was very strange, because in Cameroon, if you're taking something, it's your right hand, and if it's an elderly person, you take it with two hands, or you give it with two hands. You don't do one hand, or you don't do left hand. So that's something I was shocked. Next thing, the aspect of dating or chasing someone you like. In Cameroon, it's not normal, and it's not really accepted, I would say, in the society for a girl to chase a boy. So most of the times, if you like a guy first, like the girl likes the guy first, you would not say it, but you would like do things for the person to know that you like him. So it's not really normal, and it till now I don't think it has been accepted that way, that a girl would chase a guy. So it's still very strange in Cameroon. But in China, no, it's very normal for a girl to chase a guy, a guy to chase a girl. So both ways, there's nothing wrong with that in China. Like if you go out on a date and the girl might pay, next time you pay, like it's very normal. But in Cameroon, it's really not normal. In Cameroon, it's really not normal, because when you go out on a date, it's always, most of the times, I'm not saying all girls, because I myself am excluded from that list. If I'm going out with a guy, of course I can pay, and I have paid before. So but in Cameroon, it's not something normal. You go the guy almost all the time, like he pays. So yeah, that's something different I found here. Okay, something else also is in China, it is really easier for you to see people like being being like intimate. I don't know if that's the right appropriate word to use, but like couples, they're always together, always holding hands, kissing. You get like they always show that they're in love. You get, so you see everyone on the streets of China, you can easily sight couples like they're always holding hands, kissing, things like that. Even in class, boyfriend and girlfriend are sitting together, studying together. Like in the beginning, I found it very, very weird, because in Cameroon, you're holding hands, walking, holding hands. People ask you, are you the first to fall in love? Are you the first to have a girlfriend or a boyfriend? What if you kiss in public? Hey, one does not go finish. That's something I found very weird, and I was like, in the beginning I didn't get used to it, but now I'm like, oh, it's so cute. Like, if I fall in love one day and I have a relationship like that, maybe it will be cool. We never know. So that was something also very different. Another thing I find very different is that in each family there's a head of the family, and in China it's no longer like the traditional way. I would say that the head of the family is only the man. In China it's very normal in many families nowadays that the woman is the head of the family, and also the woman, like the wife, she's the one who keeps her husband's money. Like after you get your salary, you just send it to your wife, and she's the one to decide on which amount to give you as your pocket allowance. Cameroonian men, never. Never. In Cameroon, the only head of the family is the man, except if it's single mother, no husband, nothing. But if there's a husband and a wife, the only head of the family can only be the man. Even if the woman is the breadwinner, the man is still the head of the family. And there's no way a Cameroonian man will give his money to his wife to keep, and she'll be the one to decide on how much to give him on his own money. Cameroonian men, can you? I know you can't. Maybe we never know. One day things can change. Anyways, kids don't do chores, like except for like homes where like they're not really financially stable, like like poor homes. Apart from poor homes, that the kids would like help out their parents with chores. But the average Chinese home, kids don't do chores. Like their only job is to study. They wake up in the morning, eat breakfast, wear their uniform, and go to school. Come back, do their homework, play, sleep. No chores. They don't do any chores. But in Cameroon, when you're young, especially for the girls, when you're young, you start going to the kitchen with your mom to see how she cooks, so that after a couple of time, months or years, you will also start cooking, like simple things, boil rice, mixed stew, jollof rice, simple things like that. But in China, kids doing chores, it's so hard to see. Maybe on the weekend, or maybe like when they're like grown-ups, you get, but kids don't do chores. Like me, I started doing chores and cooking when I was eight, and at a point in time, my mom wasn't cooking, except if it was something really hard traditional food that I did not like, I didn't master at that time. So I was the one cooking for the whole house. In China, you would not see that, because in China you don't like, there's nothing like only the girls cook, or a girl must learn how to cook. In Cameroon, a girl must learn how to cook. In China, a girl must not learn how to cook, because most Chinese girls today don't know how to cook. And in Cameroon, there's no way that is happening. If you don't know how to cook, they'll just tell you there's no man who is going to marry you. And now in China, there's nothing like, ladies don't really focus on marriage. Marriage is not their goal, it's not even part of their priority, as it has been made in the Cameroonian society that a lady must get married. In the Chinese society, it's no longer that way. Most people don't want to get married today, and not to even talk of having kids. So it's really very different. Next, Chinese are almost never late. Like, that's really something I admire about Chinese, and because of that, it has made me to start changing. Like, before I'm going somewhere, I will start preparing like a couple of minutes in advance. But before, like, it's when the time will reach before I will even start thinking of getting ready to go to that place. Chinese are very punctual, very very punctual. Like, for example, if the class is starting at 8, 7:50 Chinese are in class. If the class is starting at 10 and 9:40 Chinese are in class. Like, Chinese are very very punctual, and because of that, I'm getting punctual. I was a big late comer. Those who went to Diligent Bilingual Academy, they know we don't need to talk too much. They know I live close to the school, but I always go late and they always beat me. Come to think of it, they don't beat kids. They don't beat kids in school here. In China, they don't beat kids. You beat a child, they'll arrest you. Yeah. Chinese don't dance at parties. Like, if in Cameroon, if you're going to a party, the things you'd expect to meet at a party, we have food, drinks, and of course good music. Like, what's the essence of a party without good music? You have to dance. But in China, no dancing. That's the last thing you will see at the party. Music. The only time you see Chinese dancing is maybe a talent show or at the club. Yeah, at the club. So if you see a Chinese like dancing and things like that, just being high when there's music, his countrymates, his compatriots will be like, he's always at the club, because they think if you dance is because you've been at the club. So in China, that's the last thing you should be expecting at a party. Good music, people dancing. None of that. It's just food. It's just food, bro. Chinese are very nosy, really very very nosy. Like, in Cameroon, people are nosy when they might know you somewhere or something. Chinese are nosy even when they are strangers. Like, they'll meet you on the road and they'll just start asking you, how old are you? Do you have a boyfriend? What do your parents do? Like, bro, do I know you from somewhere? And if you're not in China, just know, if you are black, or I don't know, phone everywhere, when they look at you, they'll just remove their phones and start, like, in Cameroon, you don't do that. That's lack of respect. That's invasion of privacy. You don't know somebody, just that taking pictures, touching the person's hair. Is this your real hair or fake hair? What's your business? So that was really something I still can't stand. I still can't stand when Chinese do that. A Chinese can see you 1,000 times in a day. I will still take your picture. I will still ask you the same question. They'll come and touch you, and see if your blackness, I don't know how to say, your melanin is coming off. Like, that's really something. Is in Cameroon, you don't do that. You do that, so they'll beat you. They'll beat you. Who does that? Like, that's something I still find strange. And worse when they start doing the victim. So the last but not the least for today, Chinese are very, they're very united. It's true that, because China is I don't know how to say, like, China, like, when they do their things, is by them for them. Like, they're always thinking about themselves, the whole country, you see. So if, like, one part of the country is in trouble, needs help, you see people displacing themselves to go and help. I remember when there was the flood in Zhengzhou. You know, Chinese left their cities. They went to Zhengzhou to help the victims of that flood. When there was earthquake in Sichuan, you see people would leave their cities to go and help the victims and stuff. They're very, like, there's really solidarity in China. When there's a problem, they're always together like this, and that's something we Cameroonians should learn, because if we are together, if we are always there for each other, then we'd really be somewhere else, like on a really different level. So let's Cameroonians, let's have that solidarity. Let's stop the tribalism, the, you know, let's stand together for a better Cameroon. Anyways guys, so this is the end of the video. If you like the video, kindly give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of this, subscribe and share the video. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.